Many men have nothing to smile about. Been broke down, too proud to cry it out. Walk a mile in my boots and you know what I'm about. I took some licks and I took some hits and I found out them bones can actually break sticks. But them words are powerful as shit.
Hello, everyone. I hope that you are doing well on this Tuesday. Here we are again with Let the Paint Dry, and we're here in Tacoma. And as always, we open with a song, and we never know what's going to come out. We did think about the word blessed, so let's play with that for a little bit. Blessed in the morning, blessed in the noon, you are blessed. Just in case you forgot, you are blessed. Just in case you forgot. Ooh, you are blessed. You are blessed. Just in case you forgot, you are worthy, worthy. 'Cause you know me, I'm trying to put the crown on your head. Trying to put the crown on your head for you to see. Hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Everything will be all right. I said pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer. Everything will be all right. I said march on just a little while longer. March on just a little while longer. Won't you march on just a little while longer? Everything will be all right. Fight on just a little while longer. Fight on just a little while longer. Fight on just a little while longer. Everything will be all right. Won't you hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Everything will be all right. There you have it. Welcome again to Let the Paint Dry. Here we are today, never knowing what is going to come up or come through. But we're encouraged and we're challenged at the same time in the time that we're in this time where we're right up against an election. We're right up against choices. We're right up against people being able to put their vote in. And me, I like to stay in the place of the human side. I don't like to get caught into the weeds of sides or the details. I like to get caught up in the thing that we can control, which is our spirit, which is our energy, our attitude, and the choices that we do have. And that's what's crazy is as I look at this pandemic and I take inventory of this year as we sit in the back half of the year, and when I take inventory, I have friends and connections to people that have been severely affected by the coronavirus and Black Lives Matter and not severely affected by Black Lives Matter, but the state of things, right? Got to be clear on that. And then I have people that are thriving. I have people, and I'm connected to both. So I sit in the middle seeing people that are devastated by where we are culturally, where we are in our political climate. And then I see people thriving, and I'm connected, friends with both sides. So if you can say their sides, because for me, I just see people, right? And then I also do see the nuances in the same time, but I also see that we're all here together, as I've talked about so many times before. And what's crazy about this is no matter where you are in this ecosystem, if you will, in this cultural climate, there's this weird thing of we're still responsible for our life, even if it's not fair. Even if you've been wronged, we are still responsible for this. So I show up with the energy of taking responsibility for my life, taking responsibility for my art, taking responsibility for those that are in my inner circle, as much as appropriate. Because that's another thing that I've been sitting with this week is, and I need to do a little bit more study on the whole empath. And I know certain people that are really just like deep into this. And what I recognize is that I'm an empathic person, that I'm a deeply caring person. And my heart just goes out to people and wants to fix things and wants to care for people. But what I'm learning is that I have to take responsibility for my heart. I have to take responsibility for the positions that I put myself in. I can't depend on the world or people to guard my heart. I have to guard that. I have to put myself in a position that is appropriate for all that. And that's just something I've been really sorting through and having conversations with. And I think it's important to talk about and to put that out in the world. As empathic people, there's this kind of like default knee-jerk reaction that we just go and we want to give and we want to help and we want to fix, and then our heart gets hurt and then our feelings are hurt. And I know I have in the past, put that on someone else. And it's like, no, there's a responsibility that I have to take in guarding my heart and doing what is right and what is appropriate for me in this season. And you can't fix the world. These problems aren't going to be solved overnight. The problems that we're faced with right now, the big challenges that we're faced with, that we're all that we're all aware of, that we're like, no, we all kind of agree, this is a problem. Those problems on that size, on that scale, are not going to be fixed overnight. So it's a level of, I think, staying in a very realistic place to think about these problems and think about these situations and think about how much output we're going to give towards these problems. What's healthy for us? What is realistic? And I'm speaking in general terms on purpose, because you have to decide that yourself, what is good for you and what isn't good for you. But it's something that's been on the top of my heart, and thinking about just where I'm at and just the people that I come in contact with, and people are on, every person has their own individual set of challenges. And, like I said, my knee jerk reaction is, oh, let me go solve that. But I've learned over time that that's not always how it works out. And there's a level of responsibility that people in pain, people in unjust situations, sometimes you're in a position to help and sometimes you aren't. And then there's a reality that they have action that they have to do. There's a responsibility that they have to take. And that is very hard to watch. And it's very hard to watch when you may have gone through that season already and you know how you got out of it, but how they get out of it may be different. And that's just something that is a learning piece for me. And it's been on the surface this week, and I've been discussing that and discussing just how we show up in the world. And everything for me is through the lens of a Black man in America. And that now has a framework now. What that means, that phrase has a framework now, and that framework may not necessarily be accurate, but it definitely is a mainstream framework of what it means to be a Black man in America, what it means to be a Black woman, and any other race as well. But that's the one that is hypersensitive, has hypersensitive sensitivities around it, and that we're hypersensitive around that because it's been it's been centered now, and it's like what we see, and quoting Fred Moten and several others, is that the whole Black Lives Matter movement has been co-opted by everybody that can make a dollar off of it. The NFL, the political parties, everything has been co-opted, and it's been integrated into our economy, and people are making money off of this thing, and it's not necessarily meeting the needs or changing the social reality of Black people. So that's something that we have to address. That's something that we have to sort through. And it's all connected. It's connected on a political level, a social level, economic level, a spiritual level. And we have been commissioned in 2020 for some reason to address this problem, to address these issues, to address this front and center. And here we are, sorting through it, not always getting it right. And I think most people have good hearts, and they want to, they go forward trying to help. And then I think there needs to be a room for backing up and recalibrating, backing up and correcting course and going a different direction if something is not actually helping. I think there needs to be room for that kind of, we're humans. We're not going to fix this thing overnight. We're not going to get it right the first time. We're talking about 244 years of something being in a certain direction and a certain slant and a certain temperature. And now we're being commissioned and asked to examine that honestly, not in this paying lip service, but actual dollars, actual action. So, that's just some of the things that I've been thinking about as I show up with my full self. And my full self some days is enraged, some days is peaceful and calm, some days is overjoyed, some days is carefree, and all of that is okay. That is the human spectrum, right? That's the fullness of being human, is all those states of existence and emotions. So we're encouraged and challenged, and I believe that the 3rd of November is a Tuesday. So we'll be here in the studio doing a podcast. And I know that's a very critical day for America. And we're going to do something different on that day. I have my baby sister, and you see my body changes when I talk about her because she is absolutely precious to me. She's one of the most important people on this earth to me. And she is going to be here in studio. I was able to get a flight to get her here the day before. So she will be here in the flesh. She is, there's no words for her. And so we're going to bring that energy. We're going to bring that music. She's going to sing. I'm going to sing. We're going to sing together. We toured together for over 25 years, all over the U.S. She toured with me up here twice. When we first came here in '03, many years ago, we were on tour. And back then we were the whole family was just hitting the road and we were doing gig after gig. And then she came up like it was 2011, I think. She came up and we did a tour up here, and then she hasn't been up here since. I don't believe. I was thinking about that on the drive in. So it's a very, very special thing. And so look forward to that. I will promote and have something out where you can see that. So we're going to sing here in the studio on the 3rd of November. And then on the 5th, we'll be down in Olympia and we'll do a show. It should be available to everybody via Zoom. I'll put out a bunch of it, whatever link it is that they're going to go live with it. We'll put that out and we'll have that available for everybody. And that's going to be from like 4:30 to 6. So we'll be just getting it in the gallery. I believe we'll be in the gallery space at South Puget Sound Community College. So we'll be there. So that's something that I'm extremely excited about, and it is confirmed. It is happening. So those are, for me, it was really important to bring this piece of home, this soul, my sister, who I'm deeply connected to, bring that to the Northwest. And it's a healing session for us. And everything is very surreal for Black people when it comes to politics and when it comes to economics and just socially, everything, right? The existence. So it was important to me to bring what we found is our rock, what we found is our healing, which is music, which is vocal music, and it's improv. We may do, who knows what we'll do, whatever she's feeling, whatever I'm feeling on that day, it's that organic, it's that improv. It's just like breathing to us. It's not planned. It's not a performance. It's not, it's healing. It's medicine. It's sonic medicine to us. So that's what we're going to bring. And that's what we're going to bring in this time on that day and during this season, as it's a very critical day and a very important day for the entire country and, believe it or not, the entire world, because we are all one, as much as we don't feel that way, maybe sometimes we are. So thinking about that, and also I wrote down this morning on a page, thinking about the show, just trying to write words, and the first word that came to mind was fear. And I did a video before, and it had a bunch of curse words, and I was screaming and yelling about fear, but I'm not going to do that today here, because I think I can just articulate it just in the mode and the energy which the Let the Paint Dry podcast sits in, which is fear is a liar. Fear never tells the truth when you call it on the rug. And I know that this is a time that I'm sensing from people that is a lot of anxiety. But if there's anything, what I've learned, if there's anything that you're scared of, and it could be a real thing, it could be the doctor telling you you have a terminal disease, it could be like heavy, heavy shit. So and you know about it before it happens, something's coming, whatever that thing is. But what I've done in my life is I've indexed the fear that I have before something big is about to happen. And then when that thing happens, I remember that day that I talked to fear like it was a person, and I was like, okay, you're telling me I need to be really scared about this. I need to be freaked out. And then when that thing actually happens, I examine the fear, if the thing that I feared came true. And I've found that so many times it never comes true. I've never seen fear be able to show back up when that thing that I was so scared of shows up, when it's there, when I'm terrified, in that moment that I was terrified about, and I go, okay, fear, where are you? And fear is nowhere to be found. And that's pretty much the essence of my thoughts around fear and my thoughts around things, anxiety. And so as we build up to this day, the 3rd, and I see all the things that people are posting on Facebook and Instagram, and I can appreciate, and articles that people are sending me, I can appreciate all of those things. At the same time, I'm leaning towards not getting swept up in anxiety and fear and what's going to happen, and understanding exactly what's on the line, but being able to center myself in my truth and in my body and in the truth of others and in the human spirit and the capacity that we have as human beings to be good, to do smart things, to think intelligently, to think for the greater good, to think about the future, to think about generations to come. I believe in that. I believe that we have the capacity to look all of the things that we've been faced with in 2020 in the face and not freak the fuck out. Excuse my French. I believe in that. So that's where I'm sitting, and that's what I'm bringing to the table. I'm bringing that level of centering and that level of belief in the human spirit and the human desire to have a good world. So again, I never know what I'm going to say, but yeah, that's what I'm feeling, and that's what I believe in. And I think we should do a song. I believe in your heart. I believe in your mind. I believe in your future. I believe in your power. I said, I believe in your heart. I believe in your future. I believe in your peace. I believe in your heart. I believe in your mind. I believe in your spirit. I believe in your light. I believe that you will find it. I believe in a better way. I believe that we can make it. I believe that we can make it to the other side of the valley. I believe in your mind. I believe in your heart. I believe in your future. I believe we can make it to the other side of the river. I believe in the human spirit. I believe that we can make it. I believe in the human spirit. I believe in you and me. So there you have it. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, so I'll mention it again on our way out. We have our art here at BD Local, which you can make appointments and come by and view it. We have our art at Cider Barrel, which we're extremely excited about and happy that we have it there during this whole month for the Artist Walk in Olympia. And we have our virtual show that I think they're still working on at the Tacoma Community College. So we have 2 pieces there. And then we also have a show that opened yesterday at the South Puget Sound Community College, and it'll run all the way till December 11th. So you can see that. Again, we'll do the performance there, but you can go view the work. It's a group show, so it's, I think, 6 or 7, and excuse me if I'm off on that. It's a group of us that all have art in the show, and it's wonderful. So I'm looking forward to seeing the show. I haven't seen it all put together. So myself and several other artists and their sculptures and just all kind of disciplines around the arts. So wanted to put that out there. Go see all that. It'll be available online as well. And then there's also, we're going to be working on Christmas cards, a Zoom class. If you want to paint, we'll all get together and paint virtually, and I'll lead you through several things that are easy to paint for anybody. Anybody can paint, and my style of teaching, just jump in there and you'll be just fine. I don't. It's so easy how I break it down, and I've done it several times. And so there's people that have no experience with painting, and they do just fine, and people that are advanced as well, and everybody can get it and have fun. So I'll have that coming, as well as Christmas cards. I already said that. And then I'll have some small works available on the website like this week, and we're going to have more through the holidays as people can get as gifts. They'll get one-of-a-kinds, or they can get prints. So feel free to follow the website at travisjohnsonart.squarespace.com and Travis Johnson Studios on Instagram. And then on Facebook, they usually put a link up because it's probably going to be challenging to find me. And I think that we want to thank all of our sponsors, everybody who's supporting. And if you would like to be a sponsor, reach out to me and I'll share with you my sponsorship program. We're so excited for all the people that have gathered around this podcast to support it and keep it going. And I'm so grateful for that. So let the paint dry. Go in love. Do work that matters. See you next time.